And we're back. My name's AY and I'm chilling with
Oz.
And we've got a very special guest here with us. He's already chuckling. We've got a very special guest with us. We've got brother James in the house. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on.
Lovely stuff. So yeah, I've known you for quite a while.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
It's lovely. We've got a lot of things to talk about for people that don't know. I'm going to let you know right now. He's an ex-under-12s referee. Okay?
You got to get the under-12s.
You got to get under-12s. He's done lino, he's done match official, he knows everything. So when we get into the nitty-gritty, yeah, he's the guy we're going to call on.
Yeah. Before we do start, let's just say, make sure you like, share, subscribe on the video. Make sure you're there on our socials as well. Road to 1K is still on. I hope we make it by the end of the year to 1K.
We will.
Like, I would like it in under a year to make 1K would be so good for our channel. I would be so happy with that.
We will.
Yeah, exactly.
Gideon, you haven't subscribed.
Oh, okay.
Gideon, that's just a random name.
Oh, okay. He's watching right now saying, oh no, I need to subscribe. But yeah, and also the competition is still underway.
Yep.
For those that want to win the EAFC 24 copies, make sure you do interact with the video, and then we'll probably say the winner next week, I believe.
Yeah, we'll announce the winner next week so you can start playing with your ultimate team to whatever you kiddies do.
Yeah.
But how is the game? You've got the game now.
Yeah, I got a game.
I
hate it. I hate it. People, like the players turn on the ball like Mertesacker. It's ridiculous, honestly. Like I've never seen or felt so slow in a game before. It's actually so frustrating.
Damn.
And like I'm trying to get to learn these new evolution things as well. Like I made a mistake with one of my things, but it's fine. Like I'm still learning. I'm learning the trade. It's fine.
It's
it's not a big deal.
We got time. We got time. And by the time we get that time, we're going to be streaming. So watch out. Watch out, guys.
Exactly that.
Watch out. So let's get into it.
Yeah, so we'll start our first game of today with Aston Villa versus Brighton. A pepper-in, a proper pepper-in.
They got their backs blown out,
honestly. But
got drilled.
Brighton did not believe what happened. Everyone was gassing Brighton up. Oh, they're going to break into the top 6, top 7. They're going to be like Newcastle this season. Yeah. Aston Villa humbled them and told them to just sit back where you are on the south coast. And remember who you are. You're still Brighton. That was the main takeout from it. Did you watch the game, James?
I watched some of it, yeah.
How did you feel?
I thought Brighton were off it from the start. Villa were just on it. They wanted the ball. They wanted it more. And it was just clear to see that.
They always have these off games. Remember against Everton last season? They got blown out of the water.
Oh, Brighton. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing sometimes. I feel they get a bit excited when they knock a few past some top teams, and then when they're meant to play people that are close to their level, just like they played, who was the team that thrashed them?
When?
Recently.
Who, Brighton?
Yeah.
I think that was...
Or maybe they weren't thrashed. Maybe I'm mixing it up, but...
Did they lose to Newcastle?
No, they beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
They faced no one else close. Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
West Ham.
West Ham. It was West Ham. 3-0. West Ham gave him 3-0, right?
Yeah.
So I think the consistency they need to deserve it with his secondary school spiky haircut. He needs to sort it out. He needs to. I don't know who he thinks he is.
He's got tracksuit on. He's childish, isn't it?
He's childish. He's a tactician. Like, come on, bro. Like some of the players you're playing. You know, he started I think a 19-year-old or 18-year-old in the midfield with Gilmore. What's his name?
Hinzelwood.
That sounds like a made-up name. That sounds like a FIFA region.
Yeah.
No. Bro, how are you going to start him in the midfield with dog eaters? With people like Douglas Lewis? With people like McGinn? You're making your debut against McGinn. He's in your face. You're not going anywhere.
No.
But I think that's the difference between the two clubs, though. Squad depth.
Yeah.
I know Aston Villa have got European football, but I think the squad depth between Aston Villa and Brighton is different. Unai Emery's recruitment for Villa has been, I thought, very impressive. Where Brighton, they've added a few players, but I don't think the squad depth is there for the season ahead. And I think you might see results like this more often against teams where they might have nicked a result.
Well, I'm looking at the bench right now between the two teams, and I'm not gonna lie, right? I don't actually know whose is better. I like when it comes to name, I don't know about when it comes to performance, but name to name, I actually don't think there's much of a difference.
Roll call.
Because all right, I'll do a roll
call. Let's see.
Cool. So We got Jacob Ramsey that was on the bench.
He got a goal.
Yep, he got a goal. John Duran, who's actually quite exciting. He's I think
Spanish?
that's his level.
Is he Spanish?
No, I can't remember. I think he the Italian or was that Nonto? I get mixed up between
He's
him
all right. He's decent.
I get mixed up between him and Nonto. But anyways, Yuri Tillemans, very good. He's very good on his day. Robin Olsen is a backup goalkeeper.
Okay.
He's a bit shoddy. Like last season when Martinez was out, he
did nothing.
Longley, not great.
That's dead.
But he's got the experience.
He's got the experience. Yeah.
Callum Chambers,
Premier League solid.
but he's not great. Diego Carlos, it's just his injuries. It's bad luck.
But he's a good defender.
He is a very good defender. Leander Dendonka, bit overrated.
But Premier League experience.
Yeah. I know the Premier League's a bit overrated. And Bertrand Traore was that last one on the bench for Aston Villa.
All right.
And then I'll go on to Brighton's one. Tariq Lamptey.
Right.
I think very good. Nigerian.
Ghanaian.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. I don't know why I said that. I forgot. Yeah, you're right.
Close.
Yeah, Ansu Fati, very good up and coming youngster. Like obviously he's had his troubles due to injury at Barcelona, so this is a bit of a spring break for him, like a getaway like that. What's that year called when you have a year away from uni?
Oh yeah.
What's that
Gap
called?
year.
Gap year. He's having a gap year at Brighton. That's what's happening. And then you got Joao Pedro, who I like as well as a forward from Watford, came in. Simon Adingra. I believe this was meant to be the next guy to replace
the guy they just
Caicedo.
signed, yeah. So he started on the bench.
Yeah, he was on the bench. Carlos Baleba, I believe this is a new signing as well. Not really know much about him, but he wasn't that effective yesterday when he came on. Bart Verbruggen, a Belgian goalkeeper. He just came away from Anderlecht, I believe it was.
Okay.
He is very hyped up by a lot of European specialists, like people in the know of who's
Ball playing?
Ball playing.
Got to be nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. Vincent Company managed this guy.
Vincent? Anybody Vincent. Anybody Vincent tells you he's good, it's not good.
No, but we'll have to wait and see.
See.
He's still on the bench, obviously, because Jason Steele is his number one. But yeah, he could be someone that could replace Jason Steele. We'll have to wait to see. Paul Van Heck, the centre-back, the Dutch centre-back, he's about 24, I think he is. I actually liked him. He was on the bench today, but I think he started last week's game when they won, and he was actually pretty decent, not a bad centre-back. Igor Julio, I believe this was a centre-back from Torino, if I'm not wrong. He came from Serie A or something like that. He weren't terrible, but he's not great.
Is that the last guy?
And the last guy was Mahmoud Dahoud from Borussia Dortmund. So just signed as a free agent this season.
I think that highlights that Villa have got more experience
and Brighton's just got potential.
There you go.
They've got potential.
When it comes to name, like I said, I can't pick out between the two.
Yeah,
but experience.
I get what you mean.
Experience to potentials, man.
Okay, I get what you mean there when it comes to that.
Rotation, you've got Villa have got the better depth.
But I don't know why he started that 18-year-old in midfield.
Do you think it's to do with, were they in the European... They're in Europa. Yeah, Europa, right? So what did they play this Thursday?
No,
then?
they didn't.
They didn't. So
but
what?
They played the last Friday. They lost.
So what was with the rotation?
They lost in the Carabao Cup to Chelsea.
Yes.
So that's why they probably rotated.
So, that's what I was saying. Maybe because of the rotation of the cup games and whatnot.
Because I think they wanted to win that game against Chelsea. They started a strong squad, but they lost.
Yeah.
So they.
I mean, even though it was 6-1, XG has...
Even though...
even though they lost it, XG still had Brighton as the favourite to it, 1.71 to 1.58, which is actually interesting because they must not have been able to take their chances with the likes of Danny Welbeck up front and stuff. They kept most of the possession, but done nothing with it. So it's just one of them things where I feel like it's a learning curve for the whole Brighton team as a squad because they... Like you guys said, I guess it has dawned on me now. It's a new looking Brighton side. No one's experienced yet, and it's a new step for them as a club as well to be in Europe and playing more games.
You're right.
To be honest,
let's talk about Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, baller.
Because he got 2 assists and a hat trick.
Mm-hmm. Right time as well.
Right timing. People that had faith in him in the FPL.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah.
I took him out of my team, so I'm in pain.
Yeah.
I'm in pain. I'm in pain right now. I need to bring it back in.
Watkins, we trust.
I'm in pain right now. But he had a good game. He was getting released through balls. He was running onto it. Very energetic.
Electric as well off the ball. Yeah. Off the ball, he's electric.
Do you think Because Southgate was in the crowd, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was watching. He was watching.
So
was in
he
the crowd.
actually really was
Do you
invested
think
in this.
This is going to be a call up again because he's been called up once before. But just to get right now, the call up for any England striker right now is to be backup for Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
But they'll probably start the first game against Australia.
Yeah, you could start.
friendly.
Yeah. Do you think he's done enough to be in contention, or do you think he needs to get a bit more consistent?
I would call him up,
Okay.
and then I would start him against Australia. But then you've also got to look at Callum Wilson as well from Newcastle.
Very, 18 goals last season.
Yeah.
He comes off the bench and scores quite a few times.
A lot of
as well.
options.
Yeah, so it's one of them two, or you take them both. And
I was going to
give
say
Kane
that
the break
you have
at
to.
Australia.
Yeah, I think if Southgate was to do the right thing in my eyes, he would take Wilson and Watkins to be the backup.
Okay.
Because I feel like he uses Rashford as the third option for that striking position, and he shouldn't. Be a sole left winger for Rashford, and then take 2 extra strikers, and then drop one of these fullback nonsense that he does with like 4 right backs in the league. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we don't need 4 right backs. Like, just take Chilwell or Shaw, whoever's fit enough, and then just have Trippier as the other left back, and then just take 2 other right backs for that other position.
So
that
we
is
can
it.
agree Ivan Toney's international career is over. It never really started.
Yeah, it never started.
No, I don't think it's over.
Do you think they're still going to call him up?
Not
because he's not been captain.
He won't be. He got called up in the last squad,
but he didn't play.
I think what will happen is he won't. The Euros is out of the question.
He's not going.
I think if he comes back with Brentford or moves and he hits form, I think he's still got a chance.
I think that's the key thing. If he does get a move,
if he said he doesn't want to come back and play for Brentford.
Yeah, because he came out in a podcast to say he wants to play for Arsenal. Even though he's a Liverpool fan, he said, "I like Arsenal." We all know what that means. It's
come and get me.
Yeah, exactly. It's a come and get me plea. That's what it is. So I feel like if he hits the ground running with Arsenal, which I don't think so, and I think it'll be the wrong thing for you guys to go for him personally. But yeah, I just feel like it's going to be one of them things where if he gets the move, it's all about the if of him getting that move. Otherwise, I do think it's over. But yeah,
he's definitely on the back foot compared to the others.
Definitely,
he's a few yards behind.
Definitely,
because
they're both.
I would never say it's over because if Tony does come back, he doesn't move, but plays for Brentford, and he bangs in 10 goals from January to the end of the season.
That's sign.
You can't ignore it.
You can't overlook it. And if Callum Wilson is also banging in goals, and you got Watkins once in a while gets a brace, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, of course it is.
Take all 4.
Yeah. Well, no. You can't do that. I mean, you could. Back in the day, you would have because of the
take all 4. They all give you different things. They all give you different things. But Southgate's not the type of manager to do that.
He's too pragmatic. Not pragmatic. What's the word I'm looking for? Is it pragmatic?
I think so.
Yeah, he is.
Go with it, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there we go. All right, let's move on then. From that game, we'll move. What was it? Sorry, Man United, Crystal Palace.
Yeah, United.
Our therapy session didn't clearly work.
We're talking to a brick wall, man.
Yeah, it's like, it is, isn't it? It is like that. And I feel like even though they won comfortably in the Carabao Cup, Palace showed that they didn't care about that game and they wanted to get the points for the Premier League.
Crystal Palace started Rob Holding in the Carabao Cup match.
What does that mean?
Do you know what that means? You know what that means. Rob Holding started, so I was like, okay, they didn't take this seriously, bro. I saw him. He was talking to Harry Maguire. He was telling Harry Maguire, I thought you were the captain. And Harry Maguire was like, shut up.
Who said that, Rob Holding?
Yeah, he said, where's your armband? And he was like, shut up, man.
No, he didn't. Did he?
Right, I got my sources, don't worry.
Okay.
I got my sources.
All right, then. Well, to be fair, even though it was 1-0, the statistics show that. Yes, you know I like my stats. Stats show that Man United still could have been in the game with 1.3 XG. Crystal Palace was only 0.9, showing like the amount of creativity there was between both teams. But at the end of the day, it's what you put in the back of the net.
Typical Roy Hodgson side.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
He knows how to set up a team. Yeah. He got the goal and he
close it, lock up shop and throw it away.
Is this his final dance as well? Because this guy's
having health issues.
He's having health issues.
He's promised his wife that he should have left it.
Yeah.
But he came back.
I love the game. That's what he said.
Like Neil Warnock.
Yeah.
He says it's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
They all thought it was over. It is now. I wonder when that will be said though. That's the problem. But when I look at that Man United squad, again, it's to do with when I look at that starting 11, you got Sofian Amrabat, who you bought as a midfielder to play in midfield and you're playing him left back.
Inverted.
Yeah, Mason Mount came back, but he was playing that 8 role.
Yeah, tried to.
Yeah, tried to play the 8 role when he's clearly not a number 8.
It's not a number 8.
Yeah, he can't do that with Casemiro. Casemiro needs a bit more of a box-to-box
More protection.
partner.
Yeah.
And Casemiro can then do that lone defensive mid role of like just being a deep line, like deep block. Palestri's still young. He's just not.
He's trying.
Yeah, he's trying his best, but he can't do it. Like it's just
He
difficult.
needs more games.
Exactly.
Elanga would have been enjoying now. But Elanga went for. See what I'm saying? Sometimes they got to pick between certain youngsters and see who would benefit more. I think Elanga would be benefit a whole lot more now than what Palestri, because Palestri isn't ready for me.
No, yeah,
He's
exactly.
not
No,
ready.
it's true. Maybe if the wrong person, do you reckon the wrong person went, then Elanga should have stayed?
Definitely, but I'm happy Elanga went because now he can get his minutes and show what he's about. When he was at United, they didn't really rate him, and
No,
I don't
they
know why.
didn't. No.
He was very direct.
I think he was just very wasteful of his chances of when he did start. I feel like that was the problem at Man United.
But his decision making was one of the best. That's what Garnacho is having an issue with. Garnato's decision making isn't up there. Rashford's decision making, mate.
It's non-existent.
Let me not even get to Rashford yet because the game I saw, continue. Go through the team because it's Rashy.
Yeah, I was actually going to move on to Højlund next.
Okay.
Just nothing interested. 2 shots on target. Obviously, none were good.
I think United fans.
He missed those. They were 2 big chances as well, statistically, like that he missed.
Is he a target man or is he a fox in the boy? Is he?
That's it. That's what they need to figure out. I think he's one of these getting behind.
Through
ball getting behind.
They're not playing him like that.
That's what they need to do.
I've seen him in the midfield.
I know. Like that's what a lot of up and coming.
At the moment.
Yeah,
they're not sure what they're doing themselves.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Crazy.
I don't think Ten Hag has a clue because he hasn't got. I don't think he got the plays that he wanted in, so he hasn't
Mount
been able
is
to.
his player.
Yeah, but they haven't been able to show it. Like I'm sure
Amrabat is his player.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have wanted more players though to come in.
Sure.
I think he still needs to get rid of a few. I think
exactly.
That dark culture in that team.
Exactly.
Toxic culture. You've got Jordan Sancho now.
Jaden,
sorry. Jordan Sancho.
Yeah.
And look, that's going to split the team in half. Some players are going to be in favour of Ten Hag. Some are going to support Sancho.
Like Rashford.
And then you're going to have that conflict.
He just needs to do what Arteta did with just release him. Just release him. Get him off their contracts and release him. But the way the owners of Man United are like running the business is as if it's a business, like a money-making business. So they won't take those cuts like Arsenal did to move on as a club.
And do the owners have full trust in Ten Hag?
That's the other thing.
To make those cuts?
Yeah, exactly. Because Edu, who's part of the board at Arsenal, who works alongside Josh, he's Edu is saying like Arteta is my guy to help make this team better. So I don't feel like Ten Hag has that relationship with the board at Man United, whereas Arteta has that with Edu.
Let's go.
So we'll have to wait and see how.
And then they're backing from the owners as well.
Yeah. And then now we can move on to Rashford.
Rashy.
Yeah, let's move on to Rashford.
Poor game, poor decision making, wasted chances. I could say everything, but I'm just going to tell you guys to watch Jay Glory's video on Rashford. That's it. Rashford, last season, he scored goals, but he didn't play well. You get what I'm saying?
Is that fair to say?
It is fair to say. Should I tell you why?
Why?
Because there's a level of consistency I need.
Why don't you, hold on. Why don't you run your mouth like this when Dan's here?
When Dan's here? Because I give them all the chance to say what they want to say. Because you see when United are down, I don't like kicking people when they're down. United are already down.
Okay.
I'm just trying to help them.
Okay,
Rashford should be dropped. He shouldn't be playing matches. He should be dropped, man. It's obvious. We're looking at it right now. Obviously, he's in turmoil because he's playing matches, but he helped Jadon Sancho write that letter to Twitter. You're telling me that was it? That was Rashford. Rashford, he wrote that.
Yeah. Okay.
And Jay just send it off. I think what Rashford needs right now, sit on the bench a bit, watch the game, see how it's being played.
I don't know because
I'd personally leave if I was Rashford.
To who?
You know, Manchester lads, they're not leaving.
Personally, I think he's got the talent, he's got the ability. He's just missing that consistency. I think with a different club, I think he'd be there. I'm not sure what one,
Chelsea.
but I would avoid United. I would avoid Chelsea as well.
Yeah, Chelsea's a club too. That's a big red flag right
I
now.
wouldn't
Oh,
touch it
days,
with a
Yeah,
palm.
yeah, I know. I wouldn't touch that at all either.
Rashid, man.
But yeah, I personally
he was
feel-
woeful.
Yeah, it's this like shooting when he should be passing. Sort of decision making.
And the thing
Yeah.
about decision making is it makes a lot of difference as a footballer. You could have all the skills in the world, go past everybody, but if your decision making is poor, nothing's gonna bro, your final product is 0. Sometimes that should be in the box. Pass.
Yeah.
No, he wants to take a shot.
Yeah.
Bro, come on, man.
Shoot on sight.
You're an experienced player right now. He's experienced. He's not a youngster anymore. Come
he's
on.
25.
He's 20. He's going to be 26 in October.
Yeah,
he was
there
born
you
on
go.
Halloween. Scary. Yeah. So obviously he can do much better than this. We've seen him. He can do much better. He is not a striker. We all know now.
Yeah.
He's not a striker. He's left wing.
Yeah, he is.
You get what I'm saying? So I think, man, as this season is progressing, he hasn't scored. I don't think he scored. They said he hasn't scored a league goal since like May.
Wow, really? It's been that long now. Yeah, well, it probably does
Wow.
sound right actually because
That's what I'm
Man
hearing.
United have been in the rust for a while now. In this start
I
of this season,
I lied. He scored against Arsenal. I lied.
Oh yeah,
I
of
lied.
course he did. Yeah, like, how can we? How can we?
I can't remember that. I can't remember that, but go.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Maybe
yeah.
at home. Maybe he's at home. Maybe he's
Yeah,
home.
maybe something like that. You must have saw that on Twitter as you were
Yeah,
just
yeah,
scrolling
yeah.
through.
Oh, yeah. Let me drop that for the fans.
Obviously didn't read it properly.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
Let me archive that.
Okay, save that.
One of them ones. And then we'll move on to our next game, the shocker of the weekend. Well, not the only shocker. Let's just keep it like that. But Wolverhampton 2, Man City 1. They are.
What's the name of the striker that scored?
Pedro Neto.
No.
Huang.
Hang. Yeah.
Huang
Hwang.
Yi-Jan.
Or
Yeah.
as Pep calls it, the Korean guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Wolves put a tweet out with him celebrating the Korean guy.
Such a sore loser.
Yeah, just rub the dirt in the wounds.
Such a sore loser, man.
I love that, man. I love that from Wolves. I'm not gonna lie. So I thought it was Pedro Neto that
No,
scored.
the first goal he assisted because it was an own goal by Diaz.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. So Gary O'Neill's, is this his first
Win?
3 points
Think so.
under Wolves? I believe it is. If I'm not,
I think so.
well, I can't.
They're on like 5
Why is it not
points?
showing me in a full screen? But it don't matter. Yeah, but I think it is
He said
definitely.
it was his biggest win of his career.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. If you're beating Pep Guardiola, now is the time to strike with Man City. So all the teams that are coming up, Newcastle saw the opportunity, they took it. Now it was Wolves. Next, I believe it's Arsenal. They are missing Rodri. Man City are missing Rodri. And it is showing big time in when it came to this game. There was a lack of stability in that
Yeah.
midfield, I would
He was
say.
playing in his position.
Let's have a look.
Kovacic.
And that's who you said that should start as well last week.
I said they should get him in instead of Kevin Phillips.
Yeah, I said Calvin Phillips.
Oh yeah, I would have had
Kevin
Calvin.
Phillips. Wait, what is happening today? Kevin Phillips, Jordan Sancho.
Mate, don't worry, innit?
Oh, my
The thing
days.
is with Calvin Phillips, yeah,
Yeah,
he's not a good player.
I feel he's just
He's lost.
He's been mismanaged.
He's lost like 2 yards, not even a yard. He's lost like 2 yards. He's lost like 2 yards. He's been mismanaged. He made a big mistake going to Man City. Honestly, I think that was the wrong move.
That was the
mistake.
mistake. Yeah,
move.
yeah,
He
it
needs
was.
to get out there.
Yeah.
Go back to. I can't even say go back to Leeds.
No.
They're in the Championship right now.
I think
I'd look at West Ham.
Let's
If I
start.
was Calvin Phillips,
Declan Rice replacement.
like a Brighton type team that play football, but you're guaranteed first team.
Yeah.
That's where I'd
Yeah.
look at.
Brentford. Brentford.
You could do, yeah. I could see it
But
happening.
the money is going to be too much for
Yeah.
Brentford
He needs
because
to
the way they
forget.
run as a
Yeah,
club, it's
true.
not their it's
Mm.
not their style. So I feel like Brentford would be a bit out of depth for them
But
in
that's a
terms
good
of
win.
like trying to sign Calvin Phillips. But I do still feel like if they had Calvin Phillips instead of Kovacic, I still feel like that would have been something of a DM rather than trying to play two ball players in Matthias Nunes. I mean, that's a bit of a weird one as well. Like he doesn't
Seems
normally
like a
start him.
waste.
No, he doesn't normally start him.
Former
And then
club.
he plays his former club and then he decides, why not start Matthias
he knows
Nunes
some
today?
secrets.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, he dropped a bit of a stinker. A smelly
Yeah,
one.
smelly one.
A smelly one,
Haaland
yeah.
only had one shot.
Yeah, exactly. Haaland went missing a little
You
bit.
were missing.
Yeah,
big
Julian,
time.
do you reckon Alvarez, I'm not saying to drop Haaland. I'm not saying that whatsoever.
He's more of a complete player than Haaland.
Do you reckon Julian Alvarez
Yes,
is?
yes.
I prefer
Okay.
Al.
Yes,
I
there's
prefer
more
him.
options with him.
Okay.
There's
I
more
think in
options.
any other team in the Premier League, he's first choice.
Yeah.
He starts. Oh, yeah, I
any
agree with
other
that.
Premier
I
League
agree with
team.
that. He like
Any
the
Premier
next
League
person. Yeah, Arsenal he does.
Yeah.
Chelsea he does. Man
Yeah.
City does.
Therefore-
Liverpool definitely
therefore-
as well.
Tottenham, yes.
definitely.
Yeah, bro, he's got everything.
Yeah.
He does everything.
World Cup
right.
winner. So like
He won it all
Champions
last
League. Yeah,
year.
he's done it. Yeah.
He won it all.
He's growing in that position very, very
Number
well.
10 as well. Like
Yeah.
very good
Future
number 10.
Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
say
got it
now.
in. He's got it in him. He's
Yeah.
got it in with him.
Yeah, I do like the way he plays. He's a very good player. Jeremy
Yeah.
Doku as well is another good player, but he had a good game, all right game, but I still feel
Don't
like
want to finish off.
yeah, exactly. That was the problem.
Two
But
things I want to touch on.
Go on.
Jeremy Doku now being in the squad. Do you think Pep will give Grealish more freedom in the midfield now? Because
As a number 10.
Grealish was not a winger. He was just
I think-
trying that
I
position.
think Grealish can do both though.
Yeah.
To say he's not a winger is a bit of an understatement on his ability as a footballer.
But the way Doku wings,
No,
Is
yeah.
it-
It's
you know what I'm saying? The way-
completely different
Yeah.
to Jack
No,
Grealish.
that's
no,
a
of course,
winger.
that's an out and out winger.
that's a winger.
But what you see,
Grealish,
what you have with him is that FM trequartista.
Yeah, all
that's
right.
what he is.
All
Yeah,
right,
that's
all
what that's
right.
what Grealish is in that position. He
But I
picks
don't
up
think
the
that's
holes.
his best position.
I personally prefer him in the 10. Jack
Yeah,
Grealish.
bro, free
He's like
roam.
Gaza, mate. He's like Gaza.
Free roam. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
he's lost a lot of his flair playing with Pep.
I think Pep's more structured.
Yeah.
He's more not discipline. I think discipline's
No,
the right word.
discipline's a fair word. It's a
Yeah,
fair word.
He's rigid.
Yeah, where at Villa he had the freedom of Birmingham and stuff.
I mean,
like
it's
that.
like pass to him and then do what you want.
Yeah.
That's what Villa did, though. So to sort of be like,
He said in one of his interviews
What?
when he was in Villa, who was
He was
their
the main
coach
guy.
then? Who was their coach then?
oh,
The
Dean
guy that
Smith.
Dean Smith. He was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, I just want you to do whatever you want. When you get the ball,
Mhm.
you make the decision.
that good
We
coaching,
believe
though?
in you. Do what you want." And he said when he got to Pep, Pep's telling him, "Yo, pass when you've had the ball for so certain seconds." That Pep gets on to him for holding the ball
yeah,
too long.
that's the
Yeah.
problem because you don't learn these things when you're this sort of big player. This is the problem when you're playing like when you're a top talented player,
Mm.
but you don't get the knowledge. This is the problem that Rashford has right now. Like Jack Grealish's struggle is like not. I don't think he's struggled, but his sort of understanding is a bit like one step behind last season.
Yeah.
But obviously, he should be catching up. He should be
He
like a
should
bit more
be.
comfortable. So I feel like when he comes back in, it could be a number 10.
yeah.
But I feel like because of this style of play that some people do, like, oh, give it to him. Like Zaha had that at Crystal Palace. Just give it to him
Yeah.
and
he'll
see
do
what they
so.
can do.
Yeah.
What are they learning? Like, as a coach, that's just lazy. That's
It's
just lazy.
but
Well,
it works for him.
it
though.
works.
If it's your star player,
It
and
works.
and I know
Being
it's
cho-
different at City, but it keeps them up. It gets them the points.
Yeah,
That's how Villa got
okay.
up.
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Mm.
what Jack Grealish doing what he did.
Yeah, no, that's fair
Facts,
enough. That's fair
facts.
enough.
Another thing, a couple people were telling me that Man City could do the undefeated for the whole season.
Who said that?
A couple of Man City fans, they had like
Oh.
6 goals in 6 games. They won. They were like, yeah, undefeated, we could win the whole thing.
I can imagine one person I assume said that.
I think Jay Glory was champion, and I told him, nah. He was like, of course we could do it, but I'm here to say, wearing this. It's not happening. It's not easy, guys. It's not
Yeah.
easy. It's
We've got
not
two
easy.
Well,
It's
you
on the
guys,
bounce
you
now.
or Tottenham could still do it this season, be unbeaten.
Woo! Imagine if we do it again. Oh my days.
Nah, that's not happening.
That's crazy, man.
yeah, no, fair enough.
That's
But
crazy. Speaking
now,
of Tottenham,
yeah, speaking of Tottenham, all right, let's move on.
what
then.
did you want to say?
Nah, don't worry
Are
about
you
it.
sure? It's a podcast. We can pod.
Yeah, I know. Okay, cool. All right. I was just gonna say, like,
Yeah.
now that there's only a point difference between you guys and
Mm,
Tottenham with
mm,
Man City,
Mm.
do you feel like there's an opportunity now when you guys play them next to just sort of
Mate,
like really punish them without
I'm
their
not-
star players being there? Because there's injuries, obviously. There's suspensions.
I'm not getting my hopes up
Okay.
because I have a conspiracy.
Wait, what's
see this.
yeah? Go on then. What's your conspiracy?
Arteta is Pep's boy. I think psychologically, Arteta will not allow Pep to lose. Psychologically,
No,
I feel
I just-
there's
no.
I feel there's some sort of thing stopping him from beating Pep. I don't get it. Sometimes the game will be in our hands and we'll throw it away. So nowadays, I'm just looking at it like, okay, I think last season, what Arteta wanted to do, lose the 2 games to Man City, but we can win the rest and still win the league, which was very possible. But we didn't win the rest. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't win the rest. So I just don't know. There's some sort of blockage. Anytime he's with Pep, he does some absurd things. I'm like, bro, this isn't what we do normally. Why are you doing this now? I think it's just like an enigma. Anytime he sees Pep, he's like, oh my lord.
I think because it's his tutor.
Yeah, bro.
He's trying to show off something a bit different.
Bro, show off.
Like,
give him 5.
Yeah.
Like, then you show it. Like, I don't get it. There's like a psychological blockage. Like, yo, what is going on? Like, he's never beaten them before in the Premier League.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah,
he's only beaten him in the FA Cup
games. Yeah,
he's never beaten him in the Premier League. He's beaten him in Community Shield, but not in the Premier League. And it's like, bro, there needs to come a time where you're going to tell your tutor, I'm the guy now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Show him you're the guy. But
that baton needs to be passed on.
I just don't think Arteta's got it in him. I don't think... He needs to prove me wrong. But I think it's a block.
It's a weird one for Arsenal fans as well. Because, Man City are 2 unbeaten. They normally have a slow start to the season. Do you think it's the best time to plan? Because normally after Christmas, City kick into gear and then they're unbeaten.
It's balanced. Because you know when Man City lose 1 or 2, they're wounded tigers.
You always be
and hopefully, whoever they're facing in the Champions League, hopefully they rip them. I hope Man City give them like 6. You know what I'm saying? Just beat them. Get it out of you. Don't get on us. Also, I feel if we play our game right, this is time to get them. Be clinical. Give them 3.
Yeah, fair enough.
Be clinical. Yeah. Be clinical. If you're not clinical against them, there's no point.
Yeah,
Take your chances.
Yeah,
you both got to think about Champions League as well.
Exactly. So we'll see.
Fair enough. Okay, we can move on then to the next topic. We need your expertise.
We need your expertise.
Because we can't understand it. None can the rest of the world.
We need your expertise, bro.
Liverpool 1, Tottenham 2. Yeah. I should have said it the other way around, but it's fine. Tottenham 2, Liverpool 1. I think there's only one topic of this game. Like, we don't need to go into stats. We don't need to go into like who was better, who was what. It should have been a draw. Like, both teams were very well played.
Yeah.
But Luis Diaz disallowed goal.
It's crazy.
I don't know the ins and outs of it. Like, I didn't watch the game because I was...
That's fine.
Just busy. Like, so
that's fine. We can give you in layman's terms. I'll give you in normal talking terms.
Yeah, go on.
I'll give you in expertise. Yeah,
go on.
So, lad to lad.
Yeah.
Diaz put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
The referees on the pitch have disallowed it.
Because they thought it was offside?
Yes.
Okay.
People in the VAR room don't know the referees have disallowed it.
Why not though?
Because silly, can you see? Those are the questions we're asking.
But I don't understand why did they not hear it?
They don't know. They don't know. There's not been no communication. So the VAR have checked it and they said, check complete.
And they thought the goal was given.
They thought the goal would be given because they just said check complete. So when they said check complete, the people on the pitch have been like, okay, so it's been disallowed.
Oh.
And the VAR was like, huh? But they say it's too late to draw it back. No, I said it took 40 seconds to do all of that.
Really?
After 40 seconds, they already restarted and they've played on.
Yeah, that's
so
weird.
The communication, zero.
Yeah.
Also, nothing can make me believe it's just the communication. There is something going on. Because you cannot tell me that someone on the pitch has disallowed the goal and you in there do not know it's been disallowed by that person. What's going on? What's the Lionel doing?
I think one of the other things I would say is like, Sky Sports, they do this on the mic stuff now. Do you know what, like, will this come out as an on the mic thing? Because I don't feel like the referee was trying to protect him. They won't do it. No. I don't feel like they will.
I don't think so. Yeah. But let's hear from who's been there in that situation.
Yeah. Obviously, you didn't have VAR in your time.
You didn't have VAR in your time. It's a legend right here. But you being you, let me put yourself in the referee's position. On pitch referee. Goal's been scored. You think it's disallowed. Yeah?
Yeah, your colleagues told me it's offside.
You think it's disallowed. Okay. And you hear from the VAR, check complete.
There's nothing else you can do.
You're just going to be like...
Unfortunately, you go with your team, you believe your colleague is right, and then you've been told up in the office who can see it as many times as they want.
Check complete.
They're happy with the decision, and that's that. It's the one who's sitting in the VAR room who's got it wrong. He didn't make it clear. He obviously wasn't watching the game properly because...
it was so obvious.
He was on Angry Birds on his phone or something.
It was so obvious, bro.
Because what? He must have seen that it was given offsides, and then he's obviously gone, it's a goal. he could have easily just said it down the thing. It's a goal, and then the ref on the pitch could have gone, but we've disallowed it. And then they can talk about it for like a few seconds, delay it a little bit longer, and then the right decision could be made.
Yeah,
But the problem with VAR is says they're trying to get rid of human errors.
Yeah, and then there's still human errors.
Yeah.
What pisses me off the most is the apologies.
Oh,
Yeah.
What am I gaining from an apology?
That tweet was so horrible.
What am I? Can we get that up? Can we?
Yeah, I saw the tweet. It was from the PGMO.
PGMO, whatever.
The PG LMLO.
Why are you apologizing?
Yeah.
I'm not gaining anything from that apology. Liverpool aren't getting the points back. It's gone.
Yeah, no, that's true. Hold on, give me a second.
We'll see. I wanted us to
Well,
read that.
just imagine a Liverpool fan who travelled all the way down there. Ticket money, train money, food, beer, whatever they spend their money on the day, and then they're on the train back, and then they just read that statement, which he was reading a second.
Don't bait my government name, man.
Oz.
We need to blank that.
They always forget in the first round. Oz.
People just want to say.
They love it.
Yeah, man. I know. Anyway, so here's the statement.
Yes, read out.
All right, so PGMOL. NOP QRSTUV acknowledged a significant human error occurred during the first half of Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool. The goal by Luis Diaz was disallowed for offside by the on-field team of match officials. This was a clear and obvious factual error and should have resulted in the goal being awarded through VAR intervention. However, the VAR failed to intervene. So the PGMO LNOP QRSTUV will conduct a full review in the circumstances which led to the error. The PGMO LNOP QRSTUV will immediately be contacting Liverpool at the conclusion of the fixture. Why are you contacting them? Don't contact Liverpool.
I don't want to
They
hear
don't want to hear
nothing.
from you.
Points are gone.
Yeah.
Imagine it, they lose the league by 2 points.
Imagine.
Block their number. Don't talk to them. What are you doing?
Bro, it's happening way too often and it's becoming
Yeah.
silly and silly.
Who else
You've got people against us, Brentford, forgot to draw the lines. Why? What kind of reasoning is this? We're not kids, you know.
Yeah.
Forgot to draw the line.
Yeah. Exactly.
Boy, oh
It's so,
boy.
and now Darren England, who was meant to be the VAR tomorrow, he's been taken off of it by PGMOL and
They told him to get off.
Yeah, they told
But
him
they're
to
going to
go
still
away.
bring him back.
Yeah,
There's so many people
because that's what they did with the referee of your
Yeah,
game.
they brought him
so-
back in. I don't get it. I don't trust. I think nowadays you need to kill the game off right.
Yeah.
I don't. How can you, as a manager, going into a game,
Yeah.
knowing fully well that VAR can mess up any time? what do you tell your players?
Sleepless nights.
What do you tell your players? Like, stay on side, but not too on side. Like, what do you want them to do?
You want them to stay on the shoulder, innit? You want them to do their best of like playing
if
behind.
staying on the shoulder could get you an onside goal that was offside, or an offside goal that was onside, so it's like it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy. And then the red cards as well.
It's 2 red cards. Diego Jota, weren't it?
First one, Curtis Jones, definitely red card.
Yeah.
Definitely red card. Diego Jota.
Now, what happened? What was the reasoning for the red card? Because I did watch the game.
Diego Jota got 2 yellow cards in quick succession. So the
Was it like
first
Gabriel
one,
Martinelli's last season then? Don't you remember? Oh, was it the season before where he got
season
booked
before,
twice?
yeah, something like that.
Was it like that?
So the first one, someone was running at fast pace and Jota's sort of like tripped him. But
Okay.
not on purpose. He's like his leg,
Yeah,
his
yeah,
back leg hit like David Lewis against Wolves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they gave a yellow for that. Obviously momentum. He didn't mean it, but momentum. Second one now, after he's just got on the yellow, then now there are 2 sides to this. After he's just got on the yellow, he lunges in. He doesn't get the ball at all. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Ref gives him another yellow. Get out. Get lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't like a one bit of action.
No,
then he blew
no,
it. It was
no.
2 different
It was
actions.
2 different in quick succession.
Okay,
So
okay.
people are saying that he was silly to lunge in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He was silly to lunge in. Other people are saying the ref shouldn't have just given him a red like that since, quote unquote, Liverpool already had 1 red.
But that's not how it
what I'm
works.
saying. People are like, he shouldn't have just given him a red like that because they said the first one was a bit harsh. So it's like, as a ref, it's like balancing. First one was a bit harsh. He's done one now that is a yellow card. So I should balance it out and not give anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what would you have done?
What would you have done?
If for the second yellow, I agree it's the second yellow. First one you could have avoided.
Mm.
But I don't, if I'm giving a red to another player, I don't think about a balancing act or add it up or whatever, even it up, whatever you want.
You're not trying to do like equilibrium. Like,
No.
Yeah,
you know
because
what
I feel
mean?
refs do that. Do you do that as a ref? Let's say a team's have gotten a red card and you feel, that was probably harsh on me. Now, when another team player does something, do you feel like I could give him a red and then it's equal?
No, I don't try and even think.
You don't try.
When I give a decision,
I think that's
or
a good
card,
thing.
Mhm.
I think that's good.
It's
What you're saying.
certainty.
Positive.
So when I make the decision, I then move on to the next one, and I've got to be happy with that one,
Mm.
so you don't affect the next one. If there's any doubt, then it will affect your next one.
True, because we do see refs. Once the team's got a red card, any other thing the other team does, they start calling it out and they try. The crowd gets on their backs like, "Yo, give him off, send him off, send."
Yeah.
Even this now, that's a yellow card. Doing this is a yellow card.
Didn't the coach of Arsenal do that against Bournemouth? If I'm not wrong,
Did he?
did he not? Because he got a yellow card. I thought
probably did.
I thought that's what he
Probably
did.
if you do this is dissent.
Yeah,
Just
so
dissent.
that's what. Sorry, my bad. I just thought that's what he did. But yeah, personally, I thought. Well, yeah, but the way you explained it, I think it's
That's
fair
how
enough.
we should
That's
do
how
it.
it should be.
That's
Yeah.
how we should.
That's how it should be. That's perfect. We didn't actually speak about Arsenal Bournemouth because it was a 4-0 clattering.
4-0
We don't really need to speak. Yeah, we don't need to speak about it as much as that.
Oh, Havertz
Havertz finally gets his.
done.
What is he?
Yeah.
007. He's not 007 anymore, or is he?
He got to
007?
007, but
But he scored, didn't it, on that
Yeah.
7?
nah.
He didn't.
He didn't score
okay.
that.
Sorry.
He was
my bad.
double. He was. If he didn't score in that match, it would have been 008.
Oh, okay. I
So
see.
he got his goal.
Yeah.
I think he's happy. I don't think he'll kick on. Hopefully he does. I
Yeah.
don't think he'll kick
Yeah.
on, but hopefully he's got his goal. He's happy. I like human beings being happy.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, be
Yeah.
happy. He scored the
Yeah.
goal. Wonderful stuff. Yeah. All the Chelsea fans saying 007. What position are you on? What position are you in the league?
What are you talking about?
All the there's some Chelsea
Oh,
fans
Chelsea,
champion.
15th.
Imagine that. Imagine that. They need to worry about themselves.
Yeah, they're only 2 points away
Chelsea
from
therapy coming up.
Yeah.
Coming up. We're calling all of them. They're pending. They need
Yeah.
a deep one. They need a deep one.
Yeah, for real. Actually, speaking about Chelsea, we got a comment for one of our videos from
Ooh.
a Chelsea fan
Ooh,
that I just want to quickly address, if that's all right.
that's fine. We love
yeah,
the fans.
Yeah. I think it's good that we interact with them. I
Yeah.
believe it was about Chelsea overall. I think it's a bit of a silly comment considering it's only the start of the season.
What video
Not
was it
silly.
on?
It was on our latest
Prediction
video
one?
about Arsenal, the Premier League roundup of
Oh,
last
okay.
week. He said, "Do you think Chelsea will make a comeback or get relegated?" This was by CFC Season in our YouTube comments. So make sure you do comment as well if you want to get interactive with us. But he basically said, "Do you think Chelsea will make a comeback or get relegated? You'll just be mid-table again."
Yeah.
Come back.
That's what's going to happen.
Mid-table.
Yeah.
Mid-table, something like that.
10th,
No Euro.
11th.
Your squad is not bad enough to be relegated, and it's not good enough to be anywhere near of a comeback. I
And he's
feel.
probably spend another few $100 million in January. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to be very careful because this is how teams like Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest were winning Champions Leagues, and before you know it, they're getting relegated Championship League. Chelsea fans actually need to be very careful because it all looks like fun and games now.
Yeah.
It just takes one relegation and that's it. You're going through almost all the coaches in world football. There will come a point where no one will want to touch that.
Yeah.
You've got money now,
Yeah.
but there will come a point. Boylan will be like, I do not want to invest in this anymore.
Yeah.
It looks all funny now. It looks all like, oh yeah, we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back.
Yeah.
They're treading on dangerous
Another team like
waters.
that is Everton because they're getting new
They
owners.
need to be relegated. They need to be relegated.
They're getting Farhad Moshiri's going.
I want them relegated.
777 are coming in to their to replace
So what's
them.
the difference? What's that gonna change?
Nothing because the 777 also own teams in France, in Germany, and in Italy. The ones in France and Germany have been relegated, and they've been doing really poor since they came in. The only good one that's been is Genoa. So Genoa is the only good one that's actually performing well under 777. The other one is Hertha Berlin, who got relegated under them. So I feel like Everton, this is still a red flag for them,
This
even
is
though
their
they are
season
getting
to
new
go down.
owners.
Look
Yeah.
at
They've only put money in for the ground.
That's
what
right.
they've done. They've
yeah.
only put it in as loans, I've heard.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
play in that ground in the championship.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy that.
It's a nice. I've been past it. It's not looking
Yeah,
good so
I mean, of
far.
course you would.
Of course he has scouts.
Mr. North.
Mr. Scouts.
Yeah, innit?
And what Luton are the first? Wait, Luton got their first win against Everton.
Yeah, of course they did. Yeah. That's crazy as well, isn't it? They're out the relegation zone now,
Oh,
Luton.
I would love it if they stay out.
That would be so good because the money then they get in for finishing in like 17th
Yeah,
would be good. It'd be
them
good
up.
enough for them. So they could get the players that they want. But yeah, that would be our roundup of the Premier League's weekend.
Before we go,
we do have a video to react to of a celebration by a Sociedad player, former Real Madrid academy star player, Take Kubo. And
Japanese?
Japanese. He is a Japanese youngster. This guy was This guy was a snake from like 13 years old, by the way. He went from Barcelona to Real Madrid at a young age.
Gotta do
like
what you gotta
what mental state you got to be at that age to be doing that? What's wrong with you?
Gotta win.
Yeah,
Ruthlessness.
exactly. Do whatever you can, innit? But I need to get the goal up now because I haven't. Here we go.
I haven't even seen the goal. I've only seen.
Well, this is the celebration. So here you go.
Oh, he's injured.
Isn't that trend like a year ago?
He's late. I don't know what his internet is on.
Yeah, his trend is so
he's late. I mean, good for him though. It makes a bit of fun.
Yeah.
It's a bit of fun. We're not.
Don't really see that much, really, innit? In the like when it comes to celebrations. Some people aren't as fun with it. Some people are just like, yes. Come on, mate. Yeah.
Alan Shearer.
Yeah. So you had that.
Puts his hands up.
Actually, since we're saying it, what's your favorite celebration ever?
Ever.
Yeah, I know I'm like throwing it out to you guys like that.
In current time at the moment, I like the Jude Bellingham one at the moment. Real Madrid. Arms over. I like that to the crowd.
I'll go.
There's a lot of memes. That's a very good meme.
Yeah, I love this. The Nelka.
Oh, yeah.
I love this. And you know what? I actually like Adebayo's one against Arsenal. You know?
Oh, the running like
I love that. I love that. Obviously, it was against my team, but the way he was just like, fucking gonna get there. Colo 2 was like, no. Fucking I loved it. Because it's like,
and then everything was getting thrown at you.
Yeah, I loved it. That was lovely.
That was iconic,
bro. That was lovely, bro. I love that.
Yeah, fair enough. Good. So that's that's
What's
two
yours?
good celebrations. Oh, okay, me personally. Oh, this is a good question. I actually asked it, but I never thought about it for myself, you know. But as a good celebration. I don't actually think I have one. I don't think there's like a very...
No Pepe?
Yeah. No, Pepe's a good one, actually. They're doing that,
The masks.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a very good one. Yeah, but I'd never really had a thought of it. I know I asked it, but I didn't actually have a think about it.
What about Mudrik's one?
Mudrik, what's that?
Exactly.
All right, we can wrap it up now. Thank you for tuning in. It's a very classic one. Thank you for coming on, James.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely stuff, my friend.
I will make sure to see you in the next episode. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.